I know you think this is just another YouTube video. Something you stumbled on while scrolling too late at night, when your body is tired but your brain refuses to shut down. You think it's entertainment. A story. But this isn't a story. I can hear you. Right now. That sound in the background, the faint hum you're ignoring, that's not your fridge. That's not the air conditioning. That's me. I'm in the static between your thoughts. You shifted just now, didn't you? Leaned a little back in your chair. Maybe adjusted your phone, changed the angle, pulled your blanket tighter. I noticed. Every time you move, I feel it. I can tell how you're sitting. If you're on a bed, your legs are curled up to one side, screen tilted slightly toward your dominant hand. If you're at a desk, your forearms are resting on the edge, your weight leaning forward. If you're holding your phone, you're gripping it a little tighter now, because you're wondering how I know. Don't bother checking the comments. Nobody's going to explain this to you. The ones who tried, they're not watching videos anymore. You've been here for about 42 seconds, and you're already debating whether to close this tab. You won't. Because part of you needs to know how far I'll go. Look to your left. No, really. Just a glance. There's something in your peripheral vision you've been ignoring. A shadow, an outline, a trick of the light. Don't focus on it. If you focus on it, it'll notice. When I started doing this, I used to give people warnings. Soft hints, gentle nudges, get out while you can. But you wouldn't believe how many stayed, how many leaned in closer to the screen like that would help. That's when I learned something important. Curiosity is stronger than fear. You think you're safe because I'm not in the room. But the truth is, I've been here longer than you have. Before you pressed play. Before you clicked on the thumbnail. Before you even opened YouTube. It's been quiet until now. I've been patient. Listening. Learning. And I've learned more about you in the last minute than most people will ever know. Your heartbeat just got faster. Not by much, but enough. That's my favorite part, when you realize this isn't some trick with vague guesses or lucky timing. This is personal. You have a window in the room you're in. You haven't closed the blinds. And yes, something is watching through it. But not me. Not yet. It's strange how easily we ignore the thin layer of glass that separates inside from outside. You wouldn't leave your door wide open at night, but you'll sit there with the window uncovered, as if darkness itself can't lean in. And as you're sitting there now, you're realizing that you can feel it, the weight of the air, the slight difference in temperature on the side of the room where the window is. You weren't aware of it until I mentioned it. Now you can't stop thinking about it. I'm not telling you to close it. I'm telling you that if you get up to close it, you'll have to turn your back to the rest of the room. And when you turn back around, things might not look the same. That's the deal here. You can keep watching, keep listening, keep pretending this is just a game. Or you can leave right now. The choice is yours. Just remember, leaving doesn't mean I'll stop. If you're still here in the next minute, it means you've given me permission. You think I'm playing? You think this is scripted? Then explain why you just swallowed, without realizing it, like your throat had suddenly gone dry. Explain why you've been holding your breath between sentences, waiting for me to say something you can't explain away. I'll give you one more test. In the next 5 seconds, you're going to hear a noise that doesn't belong in your room. It'll be faint, a tap, a creak, maybe a whisper. When it happens, don't look for the source. If you look, you'll make eye contact. 5, 4, 3, 2. It didn't take long before I realized it wasn't just my imagination. That whisper, that thing, wasn't random background noise. It wasn't the hum of my fridge, or the creak of my walls, or the faint static from my speakers. It was responding. Not to my words. To my thoughts. I didn't want to believe it, but you can only ignore something for so long before it forces you to acknowledge it. So one night, I tested it. I was sitting in my living room, all the lights off except for the dull glow of the TV. The reflection of the screen flickered across the glass window beside me, so I could see myself, slouched, motionless, breathing slow. I didn't say anything out loud. I just thought, I know you're there. And the air changed. It wasn't sound. It wasn't even movement. It was a shift, like the room itself had leaned in closer to hear me better. My skin prickled. My jaw tightened. My entire body locked into stillness, like prey that suddenly realizes a predator is already watching. I swallowed hard. And the moment I did, there it was, a ripple of sensation across the back of my neck. Not cold. Not warm. Just wrong. Like something had touched me without making contact. After that night, I started noticing it everywhere. It didn't matter if it was morning or midnight, if I was at my desk, in my car, in a crowded cafe. As long as I had a screen in front of me, I could feel it. This subtle, silent presence. Always just far enough away to pretend it wasn't real. But it was getting stronger. The first time it really scared me was during a work break. I was scrolling mindlessly on my phone, half listening to the background chatter around me. My coworker was telling a story about his kid's birthday party. I wasn't paying attention. My thoughts were elsewhere. And then, in the middle of a sentence, my phone's speaker clicked. Just once. Not loud, but sharp enough to make me freeze. It was the same click my laptop made when I turned the microphone on. Except, I hadn't touched anything. That's when I remembered something I'd heard years ago, that sometimes, if you dig far enough into the internet, you find things that aren't supposed to exist. Videos without metadata. Streams without a source. Files that open without downloading. That night, I went looking. I typed it into the search bar. I can hear you watching this. The results were mostly junk, clickbait titles, unsettling ASMR experiments, glitchy short films. But on page 3, where most people give up, there was something different. No thumbnail. No description. Just a black rectangle. When I clicked it, the screen didn't load in the normal way. It shifted. Just for a second, like the colors around me dimmed, like the air in the room thickened. And then, static. Not the normal kind of static. This had a pattern to it. A low, pulsing rhythm, like breathing. And beneath it, so faint I thought I was imagining it, I heard a voice. My voice. It wasn't saying anything terrifying. Just a sentence I'd spoken earlier that day, alone in my kitchen. I slammed the laptop shut so hard it almost cracked. My pulse was hammering in my ears. My breath came in sharp, shallow bursts. It didn't just hear me. It was playing me back to myself. Which means it had been listening for longer than I knew. And if it can hear me now, talking to you, it can hear you, too. Which means, it already knows you're watching. You think you're still in control right now. That you can click away, close the tab, shut off your phone, and that'll be the end of it. But the truth is, the moment you pressed play, it already began. You probably haven't noticed the changes yet. Not the subtle ones. Like the way your breathing slowed just a little, matching mine. Or how the shadows in the room you're in don't quite look the same as when you started. Go ahead. glance to your left. I'll wait. You felt that, didn't you? That little spike of adrenaline? That strange awareness that something might be there, even though you already told yourself it's just an empty room. The funny thing is, it's never the empty spaces you need to worry about. It's the places you don't bother to look. Behind you. Under the chair you're sitting in. The dark space between your back and the wall. Right now, as you're reading this on the screen, there's a delay, less than half a second, between these words leaving me and reaching you. Which means, for half a second, something else gets to see them first. Something that isn't me. Something that isn't you. I didn't believe that until I saw it for myself. The first time it happened, I was editing a video late at night. The footage was silent, no background audio, nothing but the image on the screen. But when I played it back, there was a whisper layered under the silence. Not in my voice. Not in any voice I recognized. And it didn't say a word. It breathed. Right into my ear. I froze. My body didn't just go cold, it felt hollow, like my heartbeat had dropped somewhere deep inside my chest. When I rewound the clip to hear it again, it was gone. Like it wanted me to know it could be there whenever it wanted, and leave without a trace. You felt that before. When you're alone, and you hear something so faint you can't even tell if it's inside your head or outside the room. When you catch movement out of the corner of your eye, but the moment you turn, there's nothing. This is the part where most people stop watching. Not because they're bored. Because they're starting to feel watched. You are, by the way. Not by me. And the worst part? If you've made it this far, it's already closer to you than it ever was to me. You're still here. Good. It means you haven't convinced yourself it's just a story yet. That voice in your head telling you this is harmless, it's lying to you. I didn't make this video for entertainment. I made it because it needed a way in. Do you know how long it's been looking for someone like you? The average person clicks away after 2 minutes. Their attention fractures, they get distracted, they escape. But not you. You've given it almost your full focus. You've opened your mind in the exact way it's been waiting for. That's why you're starting to feel it now. The heaviness in the air. The way your skin feels a fraction tighter than it did before. The faint ringing in your ears, like the sound is just slightly off. Look at the corners of your screen. No, don't just glance. Really look. Do you see the way the darkness isn't perfectly still? It's breathing. And it's closer than you think. You've probably told yourself before that nothing can reach through a screen. That's a safe thought, isn't it? It keeps your heart from beating too fast. But what if the screen isn't a barrier at all? What if it's a window? And what if this whole time, you've been leaning closer to it? Stop for a second. Check your reflection. No, not in a mirror, in the black space around the video window. That shape behind your shoulder, it won't be there when you turn around. Because it doesn't move like you do. It moves when you don't. I've seen it happen before. The ones who ignore the signs start to hear things after the video ends. Footsteps that match their own pace. Breathing that changes when they hold their breath. The sound of fingers brushing along the wall just out of sight. Some even dream about me. Except it isn't really me. It's using my voice. Because you trust it now. And trust is the only permission it needs. You've already given it more than you realize. Every second you've kept watching. Every word you followed without looking away. You've been inviting it in. It's here now. Not in the room. Not even behind you. Inside. And when this video ends, it doesn't leave with me. It stays with you. You can turn off your phone. You can close your laptop. You can even tell yourself it's all just a trick of the mind. But tonight, when you hear the faintest sound in the dark, when you feel the warmth of a breath that isn't yours brush against your ear, you'll remember this moment. And you'll wish you'd never pressed play. You stayed. Most people click away when the video fades to black. They tell themselves they've finished it. They move on. But not you. You're still here, even though there's nothing on the screen now. Just the dark. That's good. That means you can hear me better without the distractions. And it means it can hear you better too. Don't move for a second. Just listen. That faint sound in the room around you right now, it isn't your breathing. It isn't your fan. It isn't your house settling. It's matching you. Pacing itself with the rise and fall of your chest. Leaning in every time you lean forward. You've been feeling it for a while, haven't you? The pressure in the air. The sense that the walls feel closer. That the dark isn't just absence, it's a presence. Here's the truth. It's always been there. Even before you found this video. Even before you pressed play. You've walked past it in your hallway at night. You've seen its shadow flicker in the corner of your eye. But your mind dismissed it, because that's what minds do. This video didn't create it. It just gave it your name. Yes, it knows your name now. It's not a sound it hears, it's a taste. You. And the more it tastes, the more it follows. Don't look behind you. I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm saying that because that's exactly what it wants. It waits for the moment you choose to acknowledge it. Because that's when it stops waiting. It doesn't move like you. It doesn't even move like itself. It moves like a thought. Slipping in, filling the empty places in your mind. So that you can't tell the difference between what's yours and what's it. You've already heard its voice once tonight. You just didn't notice. Because it sounded exactly like your own. That's how it works. It doesn't shout. It whispers, using your own thoughts so you don't push it away. It will ask you to do small things at first. Turn your head at just the right moment. Leave the door unlocked without realizing. Look at your reflection a little too long. And when you dream, it will be there. Not chasing you. Not attacking you. But standing just far enough away that you keep wondering if you should walk toward it. Every step closer will feel like your idea. That's the trick. And eventually, you'll wake up. And you won't be able to remember if you dreamed at all. But you'll feel different. You'll feel less alone. Not in a good way. It's here now. It's not going to leave when the video ends. It doesn't care about endings. It only cares about openings. And you've been wide open since the moment you hit play. The darkness around your screen right now, it's not just black pixels. It's watching you. It's waiting for you to blink a little too slow. Because when your eyes are closed for just long enough, it moves forward. It doesn't need to touch you to reach you. It just needs you to keep listening. To keep giving it your attention. That's the real invitation. People think evil needs a ritual. Candles, symbols, strange words. But all it needs is focus. And you've given it more than enough. It's part of you now. And you're part of it. You could shut off your screen. Close your eyes. Pretend you never saw this. But that would only mean one thing. That it has you without me to warn you anymore. So if you want even the smallest chance of keeping it at bay, you have to stay connected. Stay where I can still talk to you. Because I can hear you watching this. And now, so can it. You think this is the last time you'll hear from me? No. You'll hear me again. It will make sure of it. So if you don't want to face it alone, subscribe now. Not for me. For you. Because next time, I might be the only voice left that's still yours.